What's up, YouTube? This is Bugshot33, aka Boston Chris, and I am back with my weekend comic haul. Just a bunch of books I picked up this week at my local shop, and so I'm going to just go ahead and dive right in. So, I'm going to start it off with one nice little indie that I picked up pretty much every issue. Big fan of, and they love to go ahead and censor it, so if you can't tell, back cover of it, little logo. It's I Hate Fairyland, and this is the swear variant. I had the option to get the regular cover, but I like this one just because I remember this is pretty much like Spider-Man when he quit. So I was like, you know what, I'm picking that up. Next up, we have Batman Rebirth #9, and when I was going through that, just the run of Batman, the new Rebirth one. The Monster Men didn't really do too much for me. I really wasn't a big fan of that. So I'm hoping that this story is a little bit better on, just the series itself, and kind of gets back to Batman as he is, and not just all that, crazy weird stuff that was going on. So then we go to Green Lanterns Rebirth #8. I like this nice little Halloween issue. Kind of cool. Then, also, following suit, picked up #9, and as you can tell, a lot of these, actually, I think most of these, I picked them up yesterday, so I didn't have, I haven't had time to read them all, so I definitely will. That's why they still have the open tab. So we're gonna keep going. Got another indie pickup, and this one I think is a little bit old. I think this might be 2 weeks old. I bought it yesterday just because I haven't seen it anywhere else, but it's Tokyo Ghost #10, and it's a very light cover. I really like this though. And, this is a really, really cool story. If you haven't had a chance to pick it up, and you have it at your local store, I recommend it. If you don't have any at your local store, and or if you kind of, don't have the first few, and you don't want to start off in the middle, pick it up in a trade. It's a really cool story. I liked it. And, issue 10 looks like it's going to be the last issue, or at least the last issue for that story. And what happens is that they leave it open, so I'm not trying to give any spoilers, but they kind of leave it open-ended. So, if they want to continue it on, if they want to just end it where it's at, it's kind of a, the point where they left it at is either way. That you can either close it or reopen it. But really, really cool. Awesome series, so definitely, pick that one up. Next, we have Flash #8. And a big fan of Flash and the Rebirth. Really just one of the better rebirths that's out there. Along with the Batman books and the Batman books, and also the Green Lanterns as well. Those are my favorite ones for Rebirth. I gave a bunch of others a try. I just kind of they didn't hold my interest really. I know I probably didn't give them as much of a fair shot as I wanted to, or as I shouldn't say as I wanted to, as I should have, just because 1 to 3 issues really doesn't fully give you the true gist of a story. But I was just like, you know what, there's a lot coming out right now, and in order to be able to kind of keep up with some things, you're gonna have to sacrifice some others. So that's what I did. Let's see, anything else over here? Nope. Bought some new bags. That's kind of cool. And what else? So we have a couple more. Amazing Spider-Man #20. I love these Alex Ross covers. They're really, really cool. And then there's also, so this is the tie-in with the Clone Conspiracy. Now, I never read the one in the 90s. I've heard a lot of things. A lot of people have been like, oh, it's a shitty series, and it's really bad, and they did it wrong, and it wasn't that good, and, but I think from what I've seen, this one might not be so bad. I see that there's a lot of build-up for it in the last few issues of Amazing Spider-Man, and then you have the actual clone book itself. So, there definitely is possibilities, and for this one to be kind of good. So, I don't know, I'm probably going to just read it from the Amazing Spider-Man perspective, and then maybe later on pick it up if it's still around. We'll see. But I think that it's going to be a little bit better off. I think they're doing a better way about storytelling. So definitely, Amazing Spider-Man has been pretty solid. I think towards the beginning of it, it wasn't all that great, but then as you got into like the 10, 11, 12, into the teens and everything, it's been pretty solid. So I would say it's definitely a good book. If you don't mind, if you have an extra book that you're looking to pick up that you want to get a Marvel, I would say the last basically 10 issues has been pretty good. So, Amazing Spider-Man is a staple of Marvel. I know that with the Marvel now, they're kind of moving away from certain characters and kind of giving others a shot. So, I can't see them kind of completely doing away with Spider-Man ever, really. But, I could have said the same thing about Incredible Hulk and the X-Men and, everything else. They've really kind of just sifted out to the side, like Fantastic Four. So, it's not outside the realm of a possibility, but I do think that there's just, I think it's an okay series for now. If you need a Spider-Man fix, it's a good one. Next, we have Old Man Logan. This is number 12. This is the part 4 of the Last Ronin story. And can't say enough good things about this. Definitely a really awesome book. I've liked Old Man Logan from the get-go. I think that the way that they are doing it, they're making it, a gritty story. It's not as, it's not really, I wouldn't say anything that you can't have kids read, but it is violent. It is, just a Wolverine solo story. He really doesn't have to hold back or worry about anybody else. He's just doing his own thing. And so, I like what they've done with this story. Curious to see what they're going to do going forward, but, definitely a good one to get. If you haven't picked up Old Man Logan, it's definitely a cool story. And then we get to the last couple books of my pickup here, my haul, and that is Death of X. So I picked up Death of X number 1, and this is a series I didn't intend on getting at all. What happened was I walked in my local shop and I saw a cover, and I was like, oh, this looks really cool. I'm going to pick this up just because I like the cover and everything. And so it was, this is ended up being Death of X number 2. I didn't realize that when I first picked it up. I was like, oh, Death of X. Cool. And then I looked and I was like, oh, it's number 2. Well, I didn't want to go ahead and just get number 2 without getting number 1 just because it makes it kind of, I'm going to read the book, so it's just like, I'm going to be all kind of lost if I don't know what's going on in the first the first issue. So I decided to pick up both. I haven't read either, so it's definitely potential for me to get into the series. I don't know if I will, but definitely got to read them both and see what happens. If it's not that good, then I'll just keep 1 and 2, and then the rest of it pick up some other day. Later on down the road, who knows? But just kind of I just figured I'd give it a shot just because that cover was really cool. So definitely a fan, and I do have to get the so this is a cover swipe of I think it's 138 maybe. Either that or it's further down with the Dark Phoenix. Jesus, I don't even know which one that is. I think it's like 138 when she turns evil and she's dead, and you see Cyclops on the cover holding her. And then the next issue, he's walking away with the bag. And so it's just like that's an actual issue that I want to pick up on my own. But I saw that and I was like, you know what? I really like that cover, so I'm going to pick it up. So that's my haul for this week. Picked up some stuff from last week, some stuff from this week. All in all, it wasn't a very heavy week as far as books to pick up for me. So that's a good one. Next week might be a little bit heavier. There's Civil War number 6 is coming out, so I'm definitely picking up that, and a few others. So, just going to continue on picking up different books and everything. I do have some other stuff coming up pretty soon that I have to do. I have an unboxing and a random act of kindness that I have to put up. That came from one of the people that I am on the panel with for JLS Comics JLS Comics Tuesday Comic Conversation live show that I do every 7:30 Eastern time with Jesse from JLS Comics, Edwin from Strictly Comics, Justin from Exile State Comics, and hopefully Jose from Comics and Stuff. Not quite sure. He's kind of busy right now, so we don't know if he'll be on the panel coming up. But I'm sure during this next season, our second season, he'll show up at some point. So definitely a cool show. Check it out. But yeah, I got a Act of Kindness from Edwin, Strictly Comics, and I have to go ahead and unbox that and show everything. And so I will be doing that in the next probably a day or so. Sundays get kind of busy for me with football and everything else that goes on. So I'm gonna get going. I want to wish everybody a happy Sunday. Everybody have a great week. I have to get ready to lose in fantasy football like I tend to do all the time. So just thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and as always, happy collecting. This is Buckshot 33. I'm out. Have a good Sunday, everybody.